Hi guys, right, what I've been at now today is I've put a cap on the top of the gear lever here. That was an old cap that was on another pair of handlebars I had. I have the clutch cable fitted, bracket to hold that on. Of all the springs, this whole spring mechanism now fitted here, so the whole lot now works lovely and returns back to its original position, and it's all connected up to the gear lever here. So that's all sorted. I've also gone through all the actual parts that I've done at the moment, everything I fitted, and everything's been torqued down. So that's all sorted. Couple of bits I'm missing. I must find the nut that goes on here and a bolt on the corresponding one on the other side. Get that sorted. So a few small little piddly bits. We're fairly close now to getting the bike finished as far as I can go before I put the sidecar on it. So very, very soon it'll be all sorted, okay? Right, I'm sorting out a few other bits and pieces now. I've got the radiator completely fitted properly. The bottom water pump cover is done. Bottom hose is all sorted. It's all tightened down now and buttoned in, ready to go. That's done. As you probably saw in the last video, the left-hand side foot peg is sorted. There'll be nothing going on. There's no brake lever, nothing going on. It's literally just a foot peg for the passenger. On the other side here, I have one of the spot lamps already mounted. That's all mounted, ready to go. So ready for wiring. I've also found a nice little corner, a nice little place here to fit the horn. So I think it sits quite nicely inside amongst that gear. So that's that sorted. So I'm fairly well sorted now with the little nicky-nacky bits. I have a few more bits and pieces to go, and hopefully we'll be getting the sidecar sorted soon. Okay, right. I've come to the pretty much as far in terms of the assembly as I can go before I put the sidecar on. Now I've put the clock on today. Now what I've got now is I'm starting to build up a collection of spaghetti. So what I've decided to do now is prepare for the wiring of the bike. I'm getting myself an M unit. I said I fancied one of them because I've seen a lot of the builders out there are using them now. They seem to me to be a very, very good and clean way of wiring a bike. And the diagram is very, very easy to follow. So hopefully everything should go well. This will be the cleanest, hopefully, wired bike that I've done yet. I'm putting the M unit in the sidecar, but the bulk of the other wiring is going in under here. So what I'm going to do is prepare it as much as I can now before I put the sidecar in, make everything a little bit easier for later. Okay, so that's my plan for the moment. Right, what I'm at today now is I'm doing a bit of wiring while I've a small bit of time to spare waiting for parts. So we have an indicator there. We have a brake light there, and we have a tail light there. So that's the start of the actual proper lights wired in. That's going to be a big, big long cable. As you can see, it's going all the way through here. I had to make up a mini loom. That's actually going all the way into the sidecar and about 2/3 of the way up the sidecar to the electronic unit. Also, what I've got done here is, this one here is the wiring for the voltage rectifier. That'll be finishing off up here. You have the clock fitted. All the wiring for the clock is in here. So there's quite a bit done. What I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to wire in the temperature, the oil pressure switch, and the neutral switch. They must all be wired in and brought back up. So that's it. Busy day today wiring. Okay, guys? Right. The mess you see before you is as a result of all the wiring that I'm doing. To begin with, it's very, very, very messy. There's wires all over the place. But on a positive note, coils are all wired up. The electronic unit inside there is all wired up. I've just got to fix it into place, but all the wiring is done. I have all the wires fed now pretty much for the whole bike to go into the sidecar. The only thing that's left to do now is this pile of spaghetti here, which is the clock. As you can see, like what we've had to do is, as you can see, we have seriously long looms. There's several of them because of the fact that most of this wiring will be actually going in through the sidecar, and because of the route that it's taking, it requires a lot of the wires to be a lot longer than what they normally would be. As you can see here, battery cables and all are in. So, and we have several looms down there as well. So it's all going well, guys. Okay, well, hopefully the front end is the wheel and stuff is off for the last time. I've actually got the caliper hanging brackets They're in paint, all drying, as are the torque arms. On top of that, I have the calipers off. I've got the seals, as you can see. They're due for rebuilding tomorrow. And I've also got all the spacers and stuff back for the front axle. So that's all sorted. So literally, I have everything I need now to put the whole front end together properly. So in a couple of days, by the time I have calipers rebuilt and what have you, everything should be hopefully going back together. In the meantime, the only bit of wiring I have left on the bike side itself to tidy up is the wiring from the clock, the bulk of which will be going into the sidecar. So everything is going well, all going well. Right, the front end is back together. What I've done is I've got the spacings are now correct for the actual the caliper bracket here, and as you can see, the caliper bracket can move around. It's a bit stiff at the moment. It needs to be bedded in, but it'll work fine. The same goes on this side. No, I'm gonna have to get the bushes remachined here and inside here because I got my measurements slightly wrong, but I've got my measurements exactly right now, so I can actually go and get them done properly. On top of that, I have completely stripped and rebuilt the two front calipers, so they're done. All that's left now is I have the rebuild kit here for the caliper for the sidecar, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. Right, as you know, yesterday I built the two front calipers, completely rebuilt them. Well, they're stripped now and painted, so I'll be assembling them later and putting them on the bike. All I'm waiting for is for the pads to come in, but the calipers are all sorted, so they're like new now inside them. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for the sidecar caliper when I went looking at it this morning. Some guy had already been there before me and completely butchered the side of the caliper. So along with the fact that he'd actually drilled through the blind side of the caliper for the pins, he also snapped off some of the housing inside there, so that caliper is junk. So I'm on the lookout for a 1200 banded rear caliper. That's all done. That's all done. That'll be all fitted to the bike tomorrow. I've all the rose joints and stuff now are back on, and the brackets are back on, so we're all ready to go with that. So that'll be that now. The front end will be sorted tomorrow. Okay, see you later, guys. Bye bye.